What's going on, everyone? So I've been wanting to make a video talking about something Dragon Ball related for quite a while, and I saw this. Toyotaro for manga volume 24 drew a new piece of artwork for the front cover. And don't get me wrong, this is cool. It's very cool artwork. It's very nicely drawn. You got excuse me, you got Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Beast Gohan, Full Power Super Saiyan Broly, and Orange Piccolo, right? As a lot of people have already compared, he basically did what fans have been drawing on the internet, but professionally. It's basically what he did. But I've also seen a lot of people complaining about this. And I'm going to tell you why. Like, let me see. There's Anime AJ, for example. I saw his tweet where he was talking about it. He basically said that it's a shame how Toyotaro's art has changed a lot since the beginning. Here we go. Well, here's one person talking about it. I really try nowadays, wherever possible, to pause about Toyotaro, but man, this is just so completely antithetical to everything I enjoy about Toriyama's / Dragon Ball's visual style. And I agree. And then, here we go. Kind of crazy that 10 years ago he was doing this. Feels like he's forgotten. No, feels like he's gotten further and further away from Toriyama's sensibilities. Obviously, that's fine, but isn't for me, unfortunately. And I agree. Because, again, he did draw this at one point. This was his work. This was Toyotaro's work. This is very modern Toriyama. Right here, this is very modern Toriyama. This isn't. This is very, like, not Toriyama. And this is one of the biggest fears that I have as a Dragon Ball fan when it comes to someone taking over the property over Toriyama. This is just not something that he would draw. Not in this way. It doesn't feel like him. It doesn't really feel like... This feels like a fan art. It doesn't really feel like something coming from the official works of Dragon Ball. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I actually want to take a deep dive onto why. Why Toyotaro draws like this. Why he thinks that this type of drawing is good, which it is, but it's not good for like the the professional stance. And why Toyotaro is the fan that I believe he is. And there's a specific interview I have in mind, and I have it right here, that I always bring up when I talk about Toyotaro. I've brought this interview up quite a few times. So Toyotaro is the... Like, okay, so you guys know Dragon Ball fans, how they're kind of split. You have the Dragon Ball fans who love, really what Dragon Ball is all about, which is the adventure, the Toriyama gags, all of the intricate Toriyama isms that are sprinkled throughout Dragon Ball that really make Dragon Ball, right? The sprinkled out Toriyama isms, right? Toyotaro is on the other side of the fan base, where they like it because it's a shonen anime that has really good fights. That's the type of fan that Toyotaro is, and I could prove it. Not to say that he doesn't enjoy some of the smaller, intricate moments, but I always point to this interview, the Dragon Ball Double Dragon Talk from Psycho Jump, where you have an interview not with Toriyama, but you have an interview with Toyotaro and Naho Oishi. For those unaware who Naho Oishi is, she was Toriyama's real apprentice and understudy. Everyone says that Toyotaro is his apprentice. That is not true. The person who's actually been noted and credited as his official apprentice is Naho Oishi. And you would know her as written the Dragon Ball SD manga that is currently ongoing, as well as she's written the Yo Son Goku and His Friends Return manga and the episode of Bardock manga. And they both are in this interview basically talking about what they felt and what they thought about Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods when that movie had just come out into theaters at the time. And it's basically a non-spoiler review. And Naho Oishi and Toyotaro's opinions on what they took away from Battle of Gods, which translates to what they take away from Dragon Ball as a whole, couldn't be polar opposites. And that's why I love to point to this interview when I try to talk about the type of fan that Toyotaro is. So Nahao Oishi, for example, loves talking about the subtle Toriyama instincts that happen through here. Like there's a part down here where she says, like the question was, are there new concepts and the broadening of the world part of the fun? She says, yes, in this movie, I feel like there's a large amount of affection depicted, which is rare for Toriyama Sensei. Like, there's so there's that kind of setting too. Vegeta is especially irresistible. There's a not so cool part shown as well. He is really cool. And like up here, let's see. There's another part as well, with Toyotaro in particular. Toyotaro basically just talks about, oh, Beerus was really strong. Oh, man, I want to see the battle scene one more time. Here it is. This is the best part right here. The contents are extremely simple, easy for even little kids to understand, and yet it hits the pressure points to move fans. I'm a fan myself, but it feels like, with this much included, I feel nice and satisfied. Toyotaro responds, no, I want to see the battle scene one more time. I want to see it again right now. And that is the complete polar opposites of what Nahao Oishi takes away from Dragon Ball and what Toyotaro takes away from Dragon Ball. And again, there's nothing really wrong with that. But if one of these two people is going to take over the property of Dragon Ball, I would much prefer someone like Nahao Oishi, who clearly understands Dragon Ball at its core, with able to recognize what is a Toriyama-ism and what isn't, versus Toyotaro, who is just obsessed with the fight scenes and obsessed with the fight. There's another. While building on the parts that are, in a typical way, typical for Dragon Ball movies. For instance, a powerful foe appears and they combine their strength to defeat him. It creates something different from there. I guess you could say I was quite surprised. There's another quote in here. Anyways, you get what I'm trying to say. That's the type of fan that Toyotaro is, and that's why we get art like this. In case anybody was wondering why exactly Toyotaro continues to deviate, it's because to him as a Dragon Ball fan, what he thinks is cool or raw or whatever verbiage you want to use is this, because this is what he takes away from Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, if you go read Dragon Ball SD, which is written by Nahao Oishi, you'll see so many jokes and gags that are just like ripped out of Toriyama's Dr. Slump. Really, really great stuff. It's a very duality world with Dragon Ball when it comes to Toyotaro versus Nahao Oishi, and versus Toriyama. Don't get me wrong, this art is cool, but I agree with a lot of the other people on the internet who are basically saying that this is deviating way too far from Toriyama. Like, you would think that... I'm not going to say that. But you would think that that Toyotaro would want to pride himself in the world that is Dragon Ball, instead of trying to take it in his own direction, take it in a way that he thinks is cool. I don't think, and that's just my opinion, I don't really think that's your job. Your job is to talk Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is not your story. It's Toriyama's. And you love Dragon Ball, that's why you're here. I don't think you should be putting your own stamp on things in this crazy way. If this was like art he wanted to just draw up and post on his official page, that's fine. But the fact that this is official art for the newest upcoming manga chapter or the manga volume, I don't know. I don't really like that. I don't really like it. Man, it's just making me miss Toriyama like more and more by each passing day. But guys, what do you guys think of Toyotaro? I would ask what you guys think of this art piece. I know everyone's going to say that they love it. I know everyone's going to say that they love this art piece and they think it looks great. I just, in my opinion, I'm able to look past the fact that this art piece looks great, and I'm able to look at the core meaning and understanding of what the art needs to look like and what it should be because of what the art has always been because of Akira Toriyama. And I don't think that this is it. But But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below in the description box down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thanks so much to Matt Ponton, Advanced Hal, Ryan Wilkins, and Kame Senin for all becoming members. If you would also like to become a member, on my channel there exists multiple different tier levels, and you can pick out which one is best for you.